let's talk about the tools of the trade, the things that propelled you to victory. We've got a couple of them sitting here, but
Yep.
pick them up and explain to me exactly what those were.
Yep. So, there was probably a lot of, I'm gonna knock everything down, a lot of questions about my chatterbait.
Yep.
I didn't really want to promote it because I felt like I had maybe something, an edge on the field. You don't really have those edges on the field.
Right.
And I'd purchased these chatterbaits, bladed jigs online, and I actually got them from Japan.
Really?
And a lot of people, always thinking, oh, he's throwing a jackhammer.
Yeah.
I wasn't throwing a jackhammer, but I was trying to just get an edge. I always look for that edge when I'm fishing. This one had a gold blade.
Okay.
And I was really looking for a chatterbait, a bladed jig with a gold blade.
Really?
Typically in Florida, fish like gold. They eat a lot of golden shiners
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I felt like it made a difference. I mean, I was getting a lot of bites on this bait. It had more of a pointed head, so I was burning this bait over pretty shallow grass. This grass was only 2 and 3 foot deep, and it's a 1/2 ounce bait.
Okay.
But it would stay up off the grass with that kind of that pointed head, and really came through the grass well. It honestly made a difference in my bites. I threw other chatterbaits, and I really couldn't get bit like I could on this one, and I tore up several of them. But it was definitely a difference maker. I was throwing a few different trailers. This one's the Berkeley, the Deal is what it's called, and it's just got a little kind of like a little forktail on the back. But yeah, this was my key bait for sure throughout the week.
And the color was key though. The color was it just gold that you fished?
The blade was gold.
Yep.
The kind of the head had that goldish look, and it was pretty much a green pumpkin skirt. Yeah, this was the color that I threw all week. This blade's got a little tarnish on it, but it was pretty gold. I mean, the fish were really eating it.
Yep.
So that was one of the key baits for me.
Okay.
I was throwing it on a 15-pound trilene fluorocarbon, 17 sometimes. I think I had one rig with 15 and 17. 15 it'll run hair deeper.
Okay.
17 you can kind of keep it up. 7-3-1 Revo STX and a 7-3 medium heavy Fanatista Premier rod, and that was really the bladed jig setup. But that caught a lot of my fish.
That was your primary bait then?
Primary bait throughout the whole week.
Right.
Number 2 right here, this was a bait that I caught fish on throughout the event, which it's a staple in Florida. I think everybody knows it's probably the most simple way to fish is a Texas rig worm. I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about it, but it's Berkeley, the General. It has a little added scent in it, so those fish will hold on to it a little bit longer than a normal soft plastic bait. But in Florida, you can kind of get away with heavy braid. Those fish really don't get line shot down there. So I was flipping it on 50-pound X9 braid in a small 1/4 ounce, 3/16 ounce weight, and that's what I was throwing around those lily pads. And just kind of that sparse cover. Always gets bit in Florida. You don't need to get too crazy with your soft plastics. Just a straight tail worm I've caught my biggest fish ever on a straight tail worm in Florida.
Is that right?
So that's really a staple down there. And same with the braid, same with the reel, or a STX, Revo, high speed gear ratio.
2 pretty simple setups, to be truthful, but super effective for sure.
Super effective, and these are kind of my confidence baits in Florida. Is something to cover water with. You can something to flip heavy grass with, and in a light Texas rig like this with worm. And in that time of year is really the few baits that you need to catch the big ones.
It was a historical week for many reasons. You leave there with the historical. At the time, it was the only trophy of its kind.
Yep.
You had to have a unique trophy on its own, but dude, it was a lot of fun to watch. I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.